Hey guys, how's it going? So tomorrow is going to be my first outdoor ride for the 2022 season. So for the past maybe 3-4 years, I've been using my GoPro Hero 7, and I've been using that for most of my rides. Whenever I go out, I either throw on the chesty or I mount it to my bike and I go out and do a ride. So I decided to go with the Insta360 One RS. It just came out about a month ago, and it was in the midst of me looking to solve a problem, and I was really considering getting a gimbal. I hemmed and hawed about it. I actually purchased one and returned it, never even used it. It's just too cumbersome. So to solve my problem, I went with the Insta360 because it's 360 video. Since it's capturing video 360 from the point of origin being, if I put it on my helmet, I'm capturing video all around me. If I'm passing someone, I can capture me passing someone and seeing the footage behind me. Whereas if someone is blowing past me, I can lock onto them after the fact, right? So after the fact in editing, you can catch that person coming from behind you and ending up in front of you. But there's another really great reason: light. Okay, if you're riding into the sun, sometimes the person that's the best lit is directly behind you, and vice versa, right? If the sun is now to your back and is throwing that light that way, then you can put the camera, you can face it forward. But the beauty of the Insta360 is you can do this all after the fact. You can do this after your ride in the software. Now, I looked at their version of image stabilization. It's on par with the GoPro. I hear GoPro is slightly better, but to me, to get the 360 and even, you know, that stabilization, which is just a little bit not as good as the GoPro. That's two things GoPro cannot do in one bundle. And I went with the twin bundle, the 48 megapixel and the 360 lens. Now, with the 360 lens, it shoots the 360 in 5.7K. I'll throw some of the specs up on there, but I'm not really getting into the specs of this. I'm getting into the way it functions for me, right? The tech is really awesome, obviously. If you guys are looking at the Insta360, you know the tech is just astonishing. But for a user standpoint, right? I'm going out there, I'm riding. I've been on this thing all winter and I'm itching to get out there. And tomorrow's a casual ride, by the way, but I'm still itching to get out there and document some of my antics and some of my buddy antics on the bikes, and to be able to capture that video in 360, to be able to capture from a safety standpoint what's going on behind you, to the left or right of you, from a lighting aspect, right? Like I said, from a lighting aspect, you get the person that's lit behind you if you're riding into the sun. If the sun is to now your back, you get the person in front of you as opposed to the person behind you, even to the side. So you can, in post-production now, you can move the camera position, the point of emphasis, the point of focus, to a different area that's better lit. So let me get this box open. Let's take a look at the Insta360 One RS for the first time. And tomorrow I'm going to take you guys on a ride with me. So I'm filming this in a couple parts. Today is just going to be the unboxing, and tomorrow we're going to go for a ride. And then after the ride, I'm going to upload the footage. I'm going to slap a video together and let you guys know my thoughts. It's a scalable action cam. Parts here, you have the lens, you have the core, you have the Insta360 lens, and you have the battery base. So the thing about it, you can swap out different components. You can use either this lens or that lens. There's also a lens with a 1-inch sensor. You can use that lens also. And there's of course a bunch of other accessories. There's a bigger battery and external mic adapter. There's an external card reader, whereas you wouldn't have to put SD card into the camera itself. You can put it into a little external reader that's a USB-C or a lightning adapter. You can just take it out of the unplug it from the side of the camera and stick it into your phone and do quick edits and stuff like that. So just from a tech standpoint, it's definitely a little bit more to it than the GoPro. Now the GoPro, again, is great for what it is. I've had this Hero 7 since the Hero 7 series came out, and it's really great. I think one of the bigger drawbacks is for an action cam, the newer GoPro, the GoPro Hero 10 Black, shoots 4K 120, and that's something I think is a little lacking with the Insta360 One RS, is that it only goes up to 4K 60. So for that really buttery smooth slow-mo 4K, it's at a little bit of a disadvantage. Like I said, we're gonna get this going. We're gonna get it charged up. We're gonna stick an SD card in there, and we're gonna get her all ready for tomorrow and show you guys some footage of, like I said, the ride, the inaugural season ride for Wise Choice. All right, let's check in with tomorrow. So it's been about 4 weeks since the first half of this video. Obviously I changed shirts to just let you guys know the second half of the video. Now, since then, I've gotten the Insta360 out on some adventures, if you want to call them that. So yeah, I just mounted it to my helmet and I went for a bike ride. I had a couple of group rides, and we had, me and my wife and my son had a little mini vacation, and I'm gonna show some footage from that. Now, what I really like about the Insta360 One RS is the package that I got, that I showed you guys, the twin package, which is the 360 mod and the 4K boost mod. You're able to do two styles of video, right? So you got the 360 video and you have the 4K. The 4K, it's awesome. It's on par with the quality that you would get from a GoPro. The stabilization is on par in my opinion, and the quality of the video is on par. The color science, it's a little different. But nonetheless, if you're going to be doing any editing in post, it's not anything that you can't correct to get to your own flavor, your own taste, or whatever you want it to look like. You can definitely edit and get the video to look the way you want it to look. So what I realized using the Insta360 as opposed to the GoPro, so some of the good things, there's two lenses. Some of the bad things, there's two lenses. If I'm out riding and I want to switch from the 4K to the 360, it definitely requires some forethought and some planning. To do is when I start off the first maybe 1/3 of the ride, I'll have the 360 lens on. And then for the last 2/3, I switch to the 4K boost lens, and I mount that onto a chest strap, a chesty. I have the battery base, believe it or not, it looks a little silly, but whatever. I have the battery just like this, right? I'll leave this on here, and I'll take the second battery and I'll attach the second battery to my chesty. So what I can do now is swap between the 4K boost module and the 360 module in seconds, and I can go from having the 360 module on take it off, put on my 4K boost module, attach that to my chesty, and be gone. So, like I said earlier, it requires a little bit of forethought, a little bit of planning, but I'm able to go from a helmet view, 360 all the way around, to the chesty view, and it only takes, I can swap in 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and I'm gone. I did happen to pick up a bunch of other accessories. When I bought it immediately, like I said, I bought the selfie stick and the bullet time attachment. The first things I like to get is a neutral density set, an ND filter set. And that's if you're going to observe the 180 rule, and I try to as often as I possibly can. Now, what I opted for also is 2 of these. I got 2 of the Boost battery base. Now, aside from it being a bigger battery, what you get with this is a built-in GoPro attachment clip at the bottom. So now, this doesn't really need, I don't really need the frame anymore, right? Because I have the battery base there. So now this becomes a very, very close in form factor to the GoPro, right? It's a little bit taller, but I don't mind that. But for the most part, the bodies, it's very, very similar in size. I picked up this card reader, and this is pretty fantastic. So with the Insta360 app on my phone or my iPad, what I can do with the card reader is I can either attach the card reader directly to the Insta360 and have it read to the card. Insta360, put the card in here, attach this to the phone, and by the way, it's a USB-C, or if you have an iDevice, you can use the Apple Lightning connector. So this is great for those on-the-go moments where you just want to use your phone. And while you can use the Insta360 and tether it via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi to your wireless device, to your mobile device rather, then you're using the battery from the Insta360 and your phone battery, whereas when you're doing this, you're only using your phone battery. And lastly, as far as attachments go, accessories for the Insta360, I got this little doohickey here, and this allows me to attach an external mic. So I also have so many things. So I use the Rhodes Wireless Go, and what you can do is, I'm using it right now. So this lav mic is actually hooked up to my other Wireless Go. But what you can do is mount the Wireless Go. When I'm using the frame, I can mount the Wireless Go to the top. This mic adapter would go on here. Now, of course, I'm acting as if the Insta360 is in here, and the speaker wire comes in attached to there. So then I can have great audio from the Rhodes Wireless Go mic via this attachment here. Okay, so in conclusion, the Insta360 One RS, should you get it if you're an avid cyclist and you want to record your entire ride? Maybe. Just know that you have to do some planning. Just know that, like I said, between 30-minute clips, there's around a 15-second period where there's no recording. Know that going into it. So the Insta360 records in 30-minute clips. Now, that sounds fine, right? Now, if you're thinking it's like a GoPro where at the end of that 30 minutes, it'll hop to another 30-minute without dropping a frame or without missing a beat, not so much. What happens is after that 30-minute elapses, there's around a 15-second pause where I think it's just saving that 30-minute clip. And then it goes on to another 30-minute clip. So in conclusion, do I like it? Yes. Am I keeping my GoPro? Yes. And final thoughts, get the bundle if you do not have a action cam of any sorts. You go with the bundle. You go with the twin package, which is the 360 mod and the 4K boost mod. So in conclusion, I think my Insta360 is telling me it's time to wrap this up, guys. So go out, get the camera, give it a try, and good luck with it. If you guys have any questions, I've only had it for around 2 months now. So I think I have a fairly decent understanding of the camera. If you guys want me to get into more of the settings that I use to capture my video, let me know and I'll probably try to put together a video specifically themed on the settings that I use. If you're interested in more of the accessories, again, let me know and I'll try to put together a video more based on the accessories. But that's it for now. Thank you guys for tuning in and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, be safe out there. Peace.